Now, the death toll from last Sunday's riot in Urumqi has risen to 184 people. That's 28 more than that was announced on Tuesday. Now, a spokesman for the regional government said on Saturday that the death toll is likely to climb as some of the hospitalized victims are still in critical condition. Now, the spokesman said families of those who were killed in the riots will each receive 200,000 yuan in compensation plus 10,000 yuan to subsidize the cost of funeral arrangements. Now, the July 5th riot has brought pain and hardship to hundreds of families. They're tortured by the sadness of losing family members and property, and the relatives of victims have strongly condemned the crimes committed by the rioters. Our reporter Xu Zhaoqing met some of the families of the victims in Urumqi.
Zheng Deyang was confirmed dead after being missing for 2 days, since the evening of July the 5th. But his wife, Chang Qing, is pretending to be calm because their 12-year-old son still doesn't know what happened.
I told my son his father had a traffic accident. I don't know how to let him know the truth. The killer robbed his mobile phone and destroyed his bike. He was so brutally tortured that I was even not able to identify him on the photo. They are so cruel. They are not human.
Chang said they dare not remain at home at night and choose to stay with her sister. In the daytime, relatives come to look after them.
I've been living here since I was born. I like here because the neighborhood is good. I could never imagine how these gangsters can be so cruel. They must be punished.
The local civil affairs authorities have begun to deal with the aftermath. A temporary help center was established to receive the families of victims and collect information about their losses. Each family whose loved one died in the riot will receive compensation of 200,000 yuan. Free meals and accommodation are provided for those coming from other cities.
This is the registration office for the victims' families. The details of the deceased person will be collected here so that we can provide better service for them.
The spokesman told reporters that 50 million yuan has been set aside as compensation for the victims. Later on, the local government will arrange more money to meet the demand of the victims.
In the last 3 days, more than 3,400 people have come over to provide the information of their losses in the riot. Each family whose member was killed in the riot will be accompanied by 2 staff members of the Civil Affairs Bureau to facilitate all the issues of their funeral and aftermath compensation. Xu Zhaoqing, CCTV, Urumqi, Xinjiang.
Now, authorities in Xinjiang say the economic situation in the region is getting better, while efforts are being made to ensure that people's lives and property are safe again. Yang Yan has more.
Local officials told a press conference that the situation in Xinjiang is moving towards normality.
As you have seen, shopping centers in Urumqi have begun to reopen. There are enough supplies of basic necessities like vegetables and food. The order of life and manufacturing have returned to normal.
But the officials admitted Sunday's riot has disrupted economic growth in the region, causing losses worth more than 30 million yuan. Tourism is one of the worst affected. The number of tourists has sharply dropped, with only about 1,000 visitors now in Xinjiang.
The peak period for tourists started in May, a month earlier than previous years. This year's tourism was really good, but the July 5th riot has caused damage we didn't expect. It's very regrettable.
The tourism chief is appealing for more tourists to visit Xinjiang.
We have taken a series of measures to boost recovery. We monitor the whole tourism system, including travel agencies, hotels, and scenic spots to ensure safety. We also try to guarantee the safety of visitors. With order restored, I believe our tourism can recover.
Officials in charge of region's trade and air transport also described the situation after the riot. They say flights are continuing and energy, gas and electricity supplies are also guaranteed. Local officials say despite the effect of the riot, they are confident they will achieve this year's goal of economic growth. Yang Yan, CCTV.
Now, tourism in Xinjiang, especially in the capital Urumqi, has been badly affected by the July 5th riot. Many tourist agencies have reported cancellations, but on Saturday there were still a handful of tourists.
Heaven Mountain and Lake, or Tianshan Tianchi, are some 110 kilometers east of Urumqi. A car ride from the regional capital to the beautiful area takes an hour and a half. Many tourists choose here as their first stop, with more than 800,000 visits in a year. This tour guide has not worked for 3 days. It hurts him to see how the riot has affected tourism.
In recent years, there have tour buses with air conditioners, and conditions are improving, but the riot has significantly damaged tourism.
Near Heaven Lake, visitors can appreciate 3 pure colors: the blue sky, white clouds, and green lake. A visitor from Jiangsu has arrived with 4 members of his family.
I would like to tell all people that Xinjiang is worth visiting.
Along the lakefront, lovers are taking wedding photos.
I think everyone in this ethnically mixed region should love and protect the region as they treat their eyes. Everyone should contribute to ethnic unity.
This young man is from Kashgar. He has been selling Uyghur naan bread here for a long time. Before the riot, he could sell more than 1,500 a day. His boss is Han Chinese.
I have worked with these Uyghurs from Kashgar for 7 years. We treat each other like family members. He calls me brother.
Zhou Rui says he believes the riot's influence on local tourism is temporary, and things will get better soon.
Well, the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region accounts for more than 1/6 of China's total territory, and it has a population of 17 million people. It also has very rich tourism resources and a great potential for developing its tourism industry. Here's Yang Yan again.
Xinjiang's tourism resources are vast, both in quantity and variety. In Xinjiang, one can find the driest, hottest and coldest places in all of China. It also has China's longest continental river, lowest lowland, largest inland lake and largest desert. With all these widely different natural views, there is a saying that Xinjiang has 4 seasons on a single mountain and 2 climates within a few miles. Historical tourism resources in Xinjiang boast a unique charm. The Silk Road across the region is famous worldwide. There are 236 sites in Xinjiang that are worth studying. Xinjiang has always been home to diverse ethnic groups and cultures. Their lifestyle, culture and folk art customs and festivals have strong ethnic characteristics. Xinjiang has enjoyed the fame of being the hometown of fruits and melons. It is also famous for its gold, jade and carpet products. Tourism in Xinjiang has developed rapidly. With more than 20 years of development and investment totaling over 4.4 billion yuan, the tourism industry now plays an important role in the region's economy. Yang Yan, CCTV.